laptop mic. Give me a clap clap.
Me?
Yeah. Beautiful. Perfect. Amazing. Collab cam. We're swapped over. We're live.
Oh, snappy.
Oh shit. We're on episode 2, baby.
Episode 2.
Woo! Still no sponsors.
Well, it's only episode 2.
Only episode 2. It's not sponsored by G Fuel.
Imagine. Welcome, everyone, back to the Left on the Web podcast. I'm Lefty. Wait, I gotta remember again. It's this way, right? No, it's this way.
That way. No, other way. Left.
This way?
Yeah, that way.
He's this way.
I'm that way. I'm Will Webb.
I feel like that's gonna be something like I think about it like when I switch back to actually having my setup and being able to not stream off, like do this off my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna be like, wait, hold on, I gotta re-flip myself again.
Then I'm gonna be on the right.
Right now, I'm using my front camera instead of an actual webcam, right? So it's gonna be flip-flopped when I go back to a webcam.
Right.
So it's gonna be crazy. I'm excited. That should hopefully only be a couple months away, because I start my new job hopefully in the next couple days. I got an email saying my training should be coming through. Once I finish that, I'll on-site train, and then I start making that cash. You feel me?
I do. I feel you. For those of you that don't know, holy shit, J-Rock's here. Whoa! For those of you that don't know, you can go and follow _Lefty at Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can follow me, Lil Webb, at
Also,
Spartan Chief.
Snapchat, sorry.
And Snapchat. You can follow me, Lil Webb, at Spartan Chief 905 on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can follow.
I'm looking at you right now.
You can follow the Left on the Web podcast at our official YouTube channel, Left on the Web podcast. TikTok at Left on the Web, and Twitter at Left on the Web.
Yeah, everything's left on the web.
It's all left on the web.
We leave it up there on the web, you know?
It's all on the web. Not of the web, but on the web.
Not of the web.
Not of the web.
Created that channel. It was a typo.
That was a mistake. But we fixed it. Whole new channel.
We fixed it. Whole new channel. Way better over here.
Yeah. It smells better.
7F, you know?
Yeah, it smells better.
It smells better. It looks better. It tastes better.
It does.
It
tastes.
Sometimes.
He does. Oh shit.
But, for those of you that are new tuning in, since it is a newer podcast, we're going to go over this a few times when we start the show. We are live streaming it to YouTube because it's going to make putting the video up on YouTube a whole lot easier for Lil Webb, free him up some time. But at the same time, since we are live streaming it, we want a way to incorporate you guys. So at the end of every show, which will be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on our time frame or just what we're talking about that day. But anyways, at the end of every show, we'll do like a little 15, 20-minute segment where we sit and we chat with you guys, answer any questions you have, talk about things that are up and coming, you know, whatever. Just kind of a little hangout sesh to appreciate those that tune into the podcast live. Those of you that are just listening, you won't have that unless you guys actually want to hear it. If you want to hear that live segment, kind of see what kind of goes on, we can start to leave that in. But as of right now, we're going to leave that kind of cut off so that once the podcast is over, if you guys want to tune into the next episode of the podcast, or you're behind an episode, you can go back and watch the other one. You'll be able to do that without having to be like, well, I missed out on some questions. But if you don't get to tune into the podcast live, go follow us on Twitter, Left on the Web. And you can tweet us questions. You can use the hashtag Left on the Web podcast, I believe is what we were going to do as the hashtag for the questions. If there's anything you want to add to the show, maybe, you know, we'll start pulling up Twitter questions and such. But just want to kind of get that out there so that that's known. I personally have the stream full screened, so I can't see chat. It's not that I don't want to see you guys. I just get very distracted because I do stream a lot on Twitch. And I'm very adamant about reading chat. I know Lil Webb's the same way. So I've kind of blocked that until the end so that we can kind of keep the flow of the podcast rolling and keep it really smooth.
Hell yeah.
I just kind of wanted to get that out there so that we were on the same page. It's not that I'm ignoring you, but I'm also kind of ignoring you, but also not ignoring you.
He's ignoring you for the better good.
Yeah.
The good of the evil, the better of
the gooder beds. I'm ignoring you for the gooder beds, so that we can all sleep soundly.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
What are you drinking?
Definitely not G Fuel.
Definitely not G Fuel. Well, I definitely don't have Starbucks. I have coffee that I made myself. I just put in a Starbucks cup.
Hashtag not sponsored by Starbucks.
Hashtag would be cool though.
It would be cool. Starbucks, drop the ads.
Dude, do you know, like, so this is completely random, off our script. Like, this is just something. This is gonna happen regularly. I'm hyper ADHD.
We have a script.
I mean, it's not a script. It's more or less talking points that we want to hit. So I call it a script, even though it's not like, you say this, Lil Webb will say this, then you go on and say this.
Lil Webb talks about how he would take it up the butt. What?
Whoa. Everyone, you heard it here first. Post it everywhere. Little snippet at Spartan Chief 905 on Twitter. That he'll take it up the butt. Anyway, like, dream sponsorship, no matter if it was through the podcast, through stream, through YouTube, through whatever avenue. I would love to get sponsored by Chipotle.
Dude, if we get sponsored by Chipotle, I would be sitting on a toilet while we stream.
Live every podcast into the microphone if they would sponsor us.
I would use the money they sponsor us with to buy those ear headphones.
What?
I would use the money that they sponsor us with to buy those ear headphones, just that way I could unwrap a burrito for everyone to hear.
Oh, you mean the
little
ASMR microphone thing?
Yeah, the little
and
ASMR microphones.
Be in one ear, be like, this is the sound of the.
Yes.
And this is the sound of the foil over here, and then.
Yeah, you just gotta sound like. That did not taste good.
If I'm being fair, though, I would probably eat a burrito bowl versus a burrito. I don't always like the calories left from a tortilla, and then I just get burnt out on tortillas.
I think you're just a wuss. I double wrap my tortilla
also,
every time.
675 pounds of just not going to the gym.
I'm like 1,236 pounds of not going to the gym.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
It's something I want to work on, but with having the job kind of come back into it, I think this is a job I'll be able to work stream around, which I'm very excited for, extremely excited for.
Hell yeah, more content.
It's also going to help us get our yes, more content. It'll help us get our own space again, which will allow me to have my space to create and where I feel I'm going to create better, because the audio is going to be better, the camera's going to be better, the lighting's going to be better.
He says it's all going to be better, but it's really not.
Whoa, man.
I say as I have my half-assed green screen back here, and no lighting at all, blocking some boxes, a 3D printer.
Yeah, I need to come in there and renovate your office for you or something.
I need to just invest in a legit green screen, because this is not okay.
I have one I can just send you. I have a full length. I have so my lighting is actually photography lighting, and it came with like a big black screen, a big white screen, and a big green screen.
Oh.
And you literally set it on bars, clip it in, and just mail it to you.
You could. I could also mail you that shit that I'm supposed to mail you for 2 years.
Facts. My little wacky wavy inflatable arm tube man for my desk.
You know what we need for that? Sponsorship money.
What a transition. We're
We're broke as shit. Anyway.
We'll get there. It's okay.
So
Grades will come. Things will change.
So, hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I'm
intensely.
Sony's still making a Walkman.
No fucking way.
Yes, fucking way. And
listen to the radio Walkman, CD player Walkman, or like all of the above, like iPod Walkman.
So it is, from what I can tell, specifically MP3. It's a $400 MP3 player.
Jesus, what does it even look like? I'm gonna go look it up right now.
So it's known as the Sony ZX700 series. It has high-res audio and high-res wireless audio.
Ooh.
Apparently a longer battery life of up to 23
It's
hours.
like fully touchscreen. That thing actually looks kind of sick.
It looks like my phone. Hear me out.
It looks incredible.
Hear me out. It's my phone with a worse processor, less storage, and a headphone jack.
I might buy it.
And no cameras.
I don't need cameras. So hear me out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've considered going to like a pawn shop. And
It's a phone. It's an Android phone. I'm looking at a picture right here. Oh fuck, we're not putting this video up. Anyway, it's legit. I'm scrolling down on the link that I have in the thing. You can't see it, but it's legit just an Android phone without cameras. It's a $400 Android phone that plays MP3s.
Well, like, so hear me out. I'm excited for this. On this, like, I don't know that I would buy that one, but like, I want to get a standalone music device. Like, I know that it's so convenient because I can just have it on my phone. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. But there are times that I want to disconnect from my phone and listen to music, and I don't have like a stereo in my house or anything like that. I eventually want to get a record player, which would be super sick. But I've considered going and getting like an older iPod, like with the tiny little screen and the scrolling dial and stuff, just so I can have just music on it, so that when I want to have that disconnect, I can have that disconnect.
Go back to burning music from a pirated website.
LimeWire.
Yeah. the good old Firefox. Don't pirate anything. Don't pirate music ever.
Don't pirate anything. Don't pirate this stream, or I will arg your booty. You know.
I mean, honestly,
What
pirate.
did I just say?
Pirate this stream so we can.
I'm so ashamed of myself.
Specifically this episode. Go and pirate this episode so that way we can get more views in the channel.
Well, don't pirate it. Just share it. That's not pirating. Just share it.
There's
a little share button underneath the stream right now that you could click. Or if you're watching the video, click it. Just share it. Post it. Tell people you like it, because we're kind of not funny sometimes, but funny sometimes.
I'm gonna be real with you,
I'm
Chief.
just a big old idiot head.
All you gotta do is like the episode, like the video, subscribe, and then copy the link. If you copy the link, the algorithm goes, "Whoa, hold the fuck on! That guy likes this thing," and then it posts us more. It pushes us more.
You know what? I'm gonna like the stream right now. Boom. It's liked.
That's smart. You know what?
I liked my own thing.
I liked it too.
I'm that guy.
I'm that guy. You know what? It's okay to be that guy for now. All right? For now. Not forever, but for now.
We have 3 likes. Wow.
Wow. I bet you it was J-Rock. Oh, shit. All right.
So, Sony is also making other things, though.
So,
aside from the Walkman, that's super cool. Don't think I would pay $400 for it, though.
I wouldn't.
As cool as it looked.
It's...
Unless there's something behind, like, that they haven't told about, or something that, like, has to be discovered, you know, kind of like a little Easter egg, I probably wouldn't buy that.
So, I'm not...
But there's 2 other things that Sony's making for the PlayStation 5 specifically that I'm very excited for.
Let's talk about it.
So you have the PlayStation VR 2.
Ooh.
And you also have the PlayStation 5 DualSense Edge controller, which is like their, what's the fucking Xbox
Scuff?
one called? Like their Pro controller.
The Xbox Elite controller?
Yes, it's like an Xbox Elite controller, but for PS5, and I feel like it's way cool. But I'm also partial because I've only played PlayStation like my entire life. Never touched Xbox. Like I went to a friend's house and played on it, but like not more than like 4 games, and then I went home and played on my PlayStation. You know. But so let's start with the PlayStation VR 2. Okay, so not only is just the graphics on it going to be better, but the sensors in it are going to be better. It's actually kind of insane.
It is.
We were looking at this the other day. I'm pulling it up right now because I forgot some of like the big time stuff. So there's actually going to be a controller charging station, which I think is pretty nice. But I think that previously had that. So there's there's a forehead band on it. Okay, so the thing's going to sit on your eyes, right? So that you can I'm in blah 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 blah. I'm in this world. Like you could play Horizon Zero Dawn, I believe, on it.
Yes.
That'll be a really cool game to be inside of.
That's actually it's a promotional game. It's going to be one of the release boxes.
But like the headset itself has better audio, has better visuals.
Hold the phone.
You fucking
hold the phone. I'm on the direct.playstation.com/PlayStation-VR2 website, and
there's literally a tab that says "Feel a New Reel."
I'm seeing that the controllers are not included.
Really?
I'm actively seeing that the controllers are not included. The PlayStation VR2 Sense controller, not included. You have to order them separately.
I'm not seeing that online, but I'm also looking at.
I don't know if
PlayStation VR2, and it has the controllers.
So I don't know if this is just the bundle that doesn't have the controllers, but I also don't know. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the complete wrong thing. The controllers are included. The charging station is not.
All right, well, guys, back to me. Okay, he's misinforming you right now.
I am. I'm fucking you up.
No, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
Well, it's just a single picture. It's a single picture of the controllers saying not included. Montana? I think you did.
God dang it.
We're
anyway,
that stream now.
Okay, dude, we're gonna move past that. That didn't happen. All right.
All right.
So hear me out. So you're gonna get 4K HDR visuals, 110-degree field of view, which I think is pretty awesome. Because sometimes, like when I play in older VRs, it feels very pointed. You know.
Yeah. Very directional.
This is gonna widen it out a little bit. You're gonna feel. It says you're gonna feel real sensations and emotions because it has eye tracking. It's going to track your eyes. I don't know unless you buy one of the upper end VRs. Like I have a Quest 2. I don't think it has eye tracking.
It does not. It has head tracking.
Exactly my point. This tracks your fucking eyeballs, bro.
It's gonna see me looking at all them anime biddies.
It also
the boobas.
It also has headset feedback. So you know how like I don't know if you guys have had a chance, but if you play on a PlayStation 5 new DualSense controller, there's haptic feedback on like triggers. Like when you're shooting, you can feel the trigger like wiggle, like a real gun trigger would, like kind of kick back. And it gets harder to squeeze the longer you're holding on to things and things like that, which is a really cool feature. They have put that feature into the controllers, but also into the headset. So like the forehead band, like if someone's tapping you on your forehead, from what I've seen in like the trailers and stuff, you're going to get a sensation in your forehead. It's
gonna tingle your giblets.
How cool is that, man?
That's fucking dope, dude. I want a full body.
Some anime waifus stroking your forehead and you feel it. Like,
dude. Now we just gotta bring the active fleshlights into this.
Whoa.
Hey, it's already not a kids podcast. I put that disclaimer out there.
But no, like I think it'd be really neat because like to what extent is that gonna go? Like if I get punched in the head, am I gonna feel like a solid like thump, or is it just gonna be like pressure so that I know that I got hit in the head? You know?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming they're using the built-in speakers in the headset to give you this visual or this physical feedback. So with sound being the way it is, I'm assuming it would be like it's hitting you kind of thing, like not just forehead? Like a base hit in the forehead, kind of like how I don't know, like a base hit. We'll go with base hit. I don't know how else to describe it.
One of the coolest parts, like you know, aside from all the like immersive things that they've done to make this, like Morgan was saying that she wants this, and I was like, why would you want this? Because then you're trapped to just your PlayStation. But at the same time, this is so advanced over what we have currently that, like, I'm thinking of it from another perspective. Like, could I play God of War in VR? Like, probably my favorite game of all time, like game series. Could I play that in VR? Like,
So is God of War first person?
could it be though?
I don't see why it couldn't
Because
be.
it's not. But like because same thing with Horizon. It's, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the time you can see your character.
I wouldn't know. I haven't played Horizon.
I've not played it either, but I'm just going off of like snippets I've seen.
Ah.
But anyway, they make it so easy to set up. Like, there's no extra, like with our, I know Lil Web has a Quest 2 as well. Like our Oculuses, we have to, or sorry, our Meta Quest 2s. Sorry.
The Meta Quests.
We have to, if we want to use it with our computer, we have to download a program. We have to then sync it to our computer, and we then have to open that program and then turn on the headset. Like, there's this whole process, right? If we want to use it just alone, it's a little lackluster in the sense of, like, you don't get to play the same games unless you buy them on both platforms, which I think is really dumb. Like, if you already sync it with your Steam, I feel like it should pull the games over immediately.
So it does, but it doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
It still has to have some form of connection with the computer.
Well, it's all streamed over Wi-Fi, so I don't see a huge problem with it.
But I don't know if you've like tried to play like Beat Saber, where you're playing it wirelessly. It glitches a lot. Even if, like, I had fiber internet, great internet. And I was still glitching all over the place.
See, everyone's talking about having issues with the wireless streaming versus the corded. I haven't had any problems streaming from my computer over the Wi-Fi to my headset. Maybe it's just.
But I also. Go ahead.
Maybe it's just the connection at the time, but I've never seen, other than when my internet dips out, that's when I see it. But when it's fine, I've never seen any of the input delay.
Right, and like I only noticed it in games like Beat Saber because like Morgan plays Beat Saber on like expert, so it's fucking flying at her. And I put it on, and just to see what it was like to play the song like she did, I put it on expert, and you could visibly see the boxes skipping towards you at times. Like, it wasn't all the time, but it was every so often. It would, like, so you'd lose your rhythm, right? Because that game's all about rhythm and kind of keeping the pattern going and things like that. But you would kind of lose that, and then you have to play catch up.
Right.
So that's the only time. Like, I want to try to play it for like Phasmophobia, because I get way too scared in that game, and if I'm corded in, I'm ripping something apart.
I think we should play Phasmophobia later. Sidetrack.
Well, I don't have my VR. It's in storage.
Oh, god damn it.
But what I was getting to was we have to do all these extra steps on our VR headsets, which, don't get me wrong, they're great. They still have the finger tracking, just like this would. They still have great visual, things like that. They're solid headsets.
So, is PlayStation VR
one,
exclusively PlayStation?
I
PlayStation,
would assume, but I don't know.
PlayStation required.
This says just one cable connection to your PlayStation, and it's ready to rock.
It says
that's all it takes. You just hook it up.
Yeah, but you can only play PlayStation games, and I'm assuming cross-compatible games with your friends.
That's what I'm wondering, if maybe they'll open it up to be able to recognize Steam.
I don't think so, considering you're required to have a PlayStation in order to use the headset.
True.
At least that's what all this advertising.
Who's to say, like, maybe Steam doesn't later on down the road start giving access to consoles?
Oh, I am 100% sure that there's going to be a workaround for this.
Because this thing is nuts.
Yeah.
It's got the adaptive reactive triggers. It's got the headband. Like, that thing looks like it'll be decently light as well. And I like that when you go to grab the handle of the controller, like I think of our headsets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And our controllers. Our controllers have that weird circle on it, but it has no purpose.
Right.
This has the circle like around the wrist, basically.
Well, no, so that circle tracks the very basic indication of where your fingers are, right? So
Right.
it helps with the feedback of the location of your hand to the ground and your fingers to the button. It doesn't just
I
use this.
understand, but I'm saying like in a sense of like aesthetically pleasing and kind of functionality. Like think about it. If you accidentally let go of your controller with like the PlayStation VR, it has a chance of catching on your hand if your hand's flat because of that circle.
Right.
Being in that position. Like I understand its purpose, but being in that position, it's gonna I feel like better track your hand because it's kind of able to see a little bit better.
Lefty,
I'm overthinking it.
Lefty, were you one of those people that played the Wii without the strap?
Listen, I never threw a Wii remote, okay?
But you played the Wii without the strap. You monster! You monster!
I always strapped up. I always use protection.
I don't believe you. I always use protection.
On to the next thing. Before we get too far down a rabbit hole we can't come back from. Okay.
God, shut up! Jesus Christ!
What? I didn't do
No,
it.
no, not you. My fucking computer is deciding all of the sudden to shoot me a billion fucking notifications.
Oh, that's the worst. Like have you ever been deep? Okay, random tangent here. Have you ever been deep into an editing session?
Oh, I've
You've
been
got
deep.
your audio maxed out because you're trying to hear every little thing to make sure you fine tune it right.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden your computer's like.
Actively every time I'm editing one of your videos, and the very last episode we did for this, it happened to me.
When I was editing my own videos, which I didn't do well, they're much better now. But
No, they're not. Don't lie to me.
I would have to turn off my like Discord notifications and stuff like that because people would randomly fucking message me, and I'd be deep into. I would get scared so bad. I got scared so bad one time that I farted.
Whoa.
Literally, I was sitting there, and I was like, I'm talking nose almost to my screen, like trying to, trim this clip up just perfect, and making sure the audio was good. And then I just get the loudest Discord notification, and I jumped, and I just go,
No.
And then I shut my computer down for the day because I was embarrassed. No one was there. I was just embarrassed.
We need to get you one of those mini flying drones that'll just follow you everywhere and record everything you do, because you make some great content off camera, and I don't appreciate it.
That's what Morgan says, because I talk about how I want to do kind of more like IRL stuff or like more TikToks just about like random things that happen in life, right? Or like random moments. Like you see all the TikToks of like the dudes dancing in the kitchen, making food or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just doing like something out of the blue. She goes, I almost want to record you 24/7 because I would capture so many of those moments without you knowing. And it would pop off on TikTok. And I'm like, am I really just like that much of a personality that I just do the most random shit all the time?
I mean, yeah, that's from what I've seen so far, and I've known you for a few years.
I guess I'm just always ready,
Oh, I bet you are.
Nah, I like to have fun, man. Life is meant to be fun. We have to find a way to enjoy it. That's the way I see it. But anyway, we keep getting off topic. Let's go back. Reel it back in just for a second, and then we can go off topic again. Reel it back in for Sony one more time, okay?
I'm back.
They're making the DualSense Edge controller for the PS5, okay? Which is basically the Xbox Elite controller, but for PlayStation. But they've done a couple things that I think are... Some people are going to use more than others. Some people are going to hate that the button's there. Because as of right now, you can't change anything. So the controller looks like your regular DualSense controller until you notice a few things. For starters, instead of being like matte finish over the thumbsticks and like that little bottom painted piece of the controller, it's glossy. There's a reason for it, because that entire thing pops.
What?
Reason that faceplate pops off is for the one thing that I think is going to make this controller sell like fucking hotcakes.
Which is?
We're going to come back to that, though. I'm going to leave that for the end, keep you enticed. So like the Xbox Elite, it does have buttons on the back.
Mm-hmm.
It has two, 7, 14.
And
it has two buttons on the back that you kind of switch around to whatever button you want. You were going to say something? I'll wait.
No, I'm looking at it.
Okay. And what's cool is they've done these buttons to where you can either have your generic paddles, kind of like a SCUF controller or the Xbox Elite, right? Or if you don't like paddles, because some people, I'm really bad about it. I'll accidentally grip my controller a little too hard and I'll push one of my paddles by accident. But I've gotten used to them over time that I don't do it as much anymore. But for those that kind of accidentally hit the buttons too much, you can actually change the paddles. It comes with the controller for you to be able to do this. Change the paddles to these like half domes. So the button's really small. Well, not really small, but it's like it's not as easy to hit on accident. It's perfect for the way you hold the controller.
Oh God!
It's not as easy to hit by accident. That's the reason they built these half domes, which I think are really, really neat. Then, like I was saying, it's still going to have the adaptive force triggers. It's going to have in-game things provided through like the haptic feedbacks, like the regular DualSense controller. But the other thing is like you can change your stick sensitivity, your dead zones, you can change the travel distance of your triggers. So you can give yourself, it has built-in trigger stops. So if you want them for certain games but don't want them for others, you just flick that bitch off.
They're revolutionizing stick drift.
We're getting there. There's two buttons on the very front underneath the sticks of the controller. So like you've got your front of your controller, like here's where the joystick sits, the base of the controller. There's these two little buttons. They're function buttons. The I think it's the left one allows you to change profiles on the PlayStation. So like let's say you have your dad, your girlfriend, right? And you're on your profile, but you're handing the controller over to someone else because they're about to play. Instead of having to back out of the menu or this or that, you just click this button and it'll let you thumb through those profiles. Like it's like that. Same thing on the other side. There's another one, and it's for like party chat control and like game volumes, things like that. It's like a volume controller. So you can flick volumes up and down with this without having to leave the game, which I think is really, really, really nice. I'm hoping that maybe they'll add some different stuff because, like, me personally, I don't share my PlayStation with someone, so I don't have multiple profiles. So I wouldn't really get use out of the profile one, but to be able to like pop up like messages or something really quick, like giving me some sort of customization with those buttons would be really, really neat. Like what would you use your function buttons for? I know you don't have a PlayStation, but like think about all the things that usually come on a console. What would you personally use your function buttons for?
I have a PlayStation, Pog.
You do?
I have PS4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't use it, but I have it. I was holding the controller up to show them where the buttons were located.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The controller looks totally different.
Yeah, but it's right underneath the joysticks. So
yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time. Anyway, what would you use those function buttons for?
Honestly, probably quick chat. So like, quick open a chat box, party chat.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that way, like if I need to quick type or, probably toggle mute. Like toggle chat mute.
Imagine that though, for like streamers that only can stream off their consoles, being able to toggle mute the party.
Yeah.
Like not mute themselves in the party, but like mute the people all at once. Like mute the party chat for their hearing.
Yeah.
How good that would be for them to talk to chat. Because like think about it, when you watch someone streaming on whether it be a PS5 or a PS4 or an Xbox or whatever, they're constantly having to try to talk over their friends because there's no like mute feature, right?
Right, there's no deafen.
This would potentially allow for that, and with the Discord integration, which is coming very, very soon. I don't know if you guys have heard. I forgot the exact date, but Discord's coming to PlayStation, like fully integrated from what I've read, very soon. And imagine that function button being able to deafen in Discord for you. How neat would that be?
That would be fucking awesome.
So many possibilities. Hold on, I want to just.
I'm pretty sure it's active right now.
It's like active in a sense.
How to link your PSN online status to
like
Discord?
You can show online status.
Oh.
But there's full integration reportedly coming at beginning of next year. So this year, because this was done in October, They've recently said something else. I think they gave us an actual date. So PlayStation 4 and 5 as part of the 7.0 update scheduled to release on March 8th, 2023.
Nice.
So that's kind of what we had in October, but I'm just thinking like in the sense of like functionality, those buttons, if they can be remapped to things or to specific applications, that would be really cool. But the best, hands down, the best part of this control, I feel like I'm giving an ad for it.
Yeah.
PlayStation, sponsor me. Sponsor us, really.
Yeah, sponsor us. What do you mean you?
Sorry, I'm just, it's a transition to doing this as a team,
So.
And I'm still doing the same thing where I'm taking over the talking.
This joystick has me a little worried. Is they're selling the replacement joysticks, right? For
Right.
$20. It's $20 a joystick, one individual stick. The PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 OG, like the base controllers, are good for, I think they said somewhere around 300,000 hours of intense hardcore gaming. If they're selling them this cheap, I'm very curious to see how long their lifespan is, because it seems like you'd have to replace them a lot more if they're selling it not only this cheap, but individually rather than in pairs.
Right. So, the reason he's talking about this is because with this controller, you can take that front faceplate off, right? It reveals basically the undercarriage of the controller for that section, okay? You can, instead of having to replace just the plastic piece on your stick, if it gets worn down or you start to get, if you start to get stick drift, you usually have to buy a new controller. That's obsolete with this controller. You literally buy an entire new module, which is, the functionality part that would be causing stick drift plus the actual joystick itself, all in one. And you just pull the old one out, fucking toss it in the trash, and put the other one in.
I'm pretty sure it's a Hall effect sensor.
Completely removing stick drift. Like, it doesn't exist with this controller if you buy some backup modules, which I think is very neat. I'm excited, like he said, to see kind of what the lifespan of it is, how the functionality works. Like, does it take it a second for it to like recalibrate? Because you are taking a mechanism out of the controller and putting a new one in.
So I don't think that it would take a second to recalibrate, because all it is it's using, it'll use gold contacts, right? So the Hall effect sensor, or I'm assuming that's what they're using rather than a global position sensor. The Hall effect sensor that they'd be using would have 2, maybe 3 pins on the base of it, right? That connect directly to the controller. And those pins feed back the exact location of where your stick or your joystick is, right? That's the part of the joystick that actually wears out, the Hall effect sensor, or the sensor that, not gyroscope. I'm going to call it a Hall effect sensor. It's probably not a Hall effect sensor, but that's the part that wears out. Not necessarily the stick itself, but it's offset by X amount, just slightly, and it throws off. Yeah, it throws off everything and causes the drift.
Okay, this is why we love Lil Webb. Like, don't get me wrong, funny fucking guy, super smart dude, but he knows things that I never even thought of trying to learn, or he can give me information that I would have never gotten from like an ad, right?
This is an ad. This is an ad for PlayStation. # sponsored, not sponsored.
The hashtag wish we were sponsored.
# wish we were sponsored. That's it. Everybody go tweet # sponsor Left on the Web podcast.
Yeah. Okay, in the comments down below, or if you're listening on Spotify, tweet us. Who would you love to see sponsor the podcast? Do you want to watch us eat fucking Chipotle every day as part of a sponsorship? Because I'm telling you, Chipotle sponsored this podcast. Every episode, I would start the episode by eating at least part of a burrito bowl.
Oh, dude, I'd eat that whole fucking burrito.
I don't want the whole podcast to be, because it takes me a little while to eat. But I would definitely give it its its 1-2, get in my belly. What the fuck am I saying?
Just yesterday, I had to down an entire burrito in less than 5 minutes because they took forever to make. They gave away my food to the wrong person and then took forever to remake mine because I was sitting there for an extra 20 minutes. I was like, hey, I think that guy walked out with my food. And they were like, what's your name? What was the order? And they were like, oh, yeah, we definitely made that already. We'll get it to you. So I had 5 minutes to get from Chipotle back to work, and I scarfed that shit down.
It's nothing against Chipotle. Chipotle, we still love you.
Yeah, no, we love you, Chipotle.
It was a mistake. Yeah. It's not your fault.
I should have stopped the guy that was.
Let us eat burritos on the podcast.
100% my fault. I will
with burrito cards.
I will sit on the toilet and stream the next podcast if you sponsor us right now.
Just the thought of having like a burrito black or like a Chipotle black card would be so cool.
Dude, I'd be set. We'd be set for life. I'd be fat.
Okay, they usually don't do it for life. We'd be set for a year for sure.
I'd take that.
I definitely want to try to reach out and dabble in some sponsorships and things like that. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't think that'd be
have like ad reads. That'd be...
So okay, here's we'll kind of go off topic a little bit. Who would you, if you had to pick one sponsorship to be sponsored for from life, who would it be?
For life?
For life. Like, they sponsor you for life, no matter what, they back you 100%.
That's tough. Because, like, do I look at it from, like, a lifestyle standpoint or a content creation standpoint or, you know, like, that's tough. I would probably say someone that's always pioneering like new things, whether it be in content or just like fuck, this is tough because I'm like between a few, right?
Right. We could always come back to it, but that's a question I'm throwing out there.
No, I think like top for sure, just because I'm so avidly committed to content and having all the necessities at all times would be great. Elgato, I think, would be one that I would really, really love to have. Just because like they have so many things that integrate so well with each other and with other programs that like my stream, I have 2 Stream Decks.
That's because you don't have enough buttons.
Yes. And it's because I have the regular size Stream Deck. I wish I had the Stream Deck XL, but you know. Anyway, that like I can do whatever, and I want to get the key lights because you can control them via the Stream Deck, so that I don't have to get up every time and click on the thing and then cycle through on a little remote on the cord or whatever. I just boop 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 boop, get it exactly where I want it, and you know, like I have sounds programmed on my Stream Deck so that you know, I want to play Hello Darkness, My Old Friend, you know? Mm-hmm. Just click the button and it starts playing. Like, it adds so many things. You're able to change scenes in OBS. You're able to put out a generic tweet saying you're live. You're able to, you know, like you can literally click a button and it'll start my stream for me. Like I still have to have the program opened, but I don't have to click in the program. Once I've opened the program, I just leave the program over there and I control it with the Stream Deck.
Right.
So that I don't accidentally misclick something, because I have in the past. I went to click go live and actually accidentally click start recording.
Right, and imagine. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Imagine getting to beta test some of their like unreleased products.
Right.
Like I don't know if they'll.
Like,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, and like they have like. Think about like mic arms, right? Rode is known as one of the better mic arms, right? Mm-hmm. Elgato comes out with one that's low profile. It literally sits not even 6 inches off your desk.
Right.
So you can mount it under your monitor so it doesn't have to go over the top and look all goofy. And then the mic won't sit right here where it like blocks you. You can put it down here kind of out of the way.
My mic is actively my face right now. I think that's fucking awesome, dude.
And then when you're done, instead of like mine, when I put my desk together, sits on the very corner of my desk and runs straight over, right? Which, don't get me wrong, when I'm done, I can put it out of the way. Mm-hmm. But how neat would it be to just kind of push it back underneath your monitors out of the way?
Dude, that'd be dope.
And like, they have sound panels, you know, like the foam panels.
Yeah.
They've configured their own, and they have them. And I think that you can even get some that are like have some slight LED to them.
Ooh.
Like, dude, they're constantly doing these crazy things, and I think that would be a really cool sponsorship to have.
I mean, I wonder if we could reach out to them and be like, "Hey, would you sponsor our podcast setups?"
Can you help this man get a decent green screen?
That's it. That's all we want. We want a green screen that fucking works. Did I tell you the story behind this green screen?
No.
So this green screen is probably somewhere around the ballpark of 10 years old, right? So back in 2012, when I got my first laptop and I started playing around on it and stuff, and I played around with YouTube. All those videos are privatized. That was garbage. I was garbage. Well, I can't remember if it was for birthday or for a Christmas, but my mom got me this video book. It was kind of like a videos or a video creator for dummies book, but it wasn't a for dummies book. No, it was it was gray.
I was really thinking it was the For Dummies book.
No, I was wishing it was a For Dummies book, but it wasn't. It came with its own special software that you had, it was proprietary. You had to use that software with this green screen according to the book. I later found out I'm just retarded. That software went out of business 2 years ago. That company went out of business 2 years ago.
Okay.
So the software that it came with, because the book is somewhere downstairs, you can't find it anymore. And it's only it's 4 foot by 4 foot green screen. It's small. It's small. It's a square.
It's a small little thing.
Yeah. Huh.
But man, what would be your go-to?
Honestly, I'd probably want to be sponsored by Samsung.
That is the good. See, there's so many tech companies that
Honestly, it would have to be Samsung or Sony.
Dude, imagine Sony and you get an A7 Mark III.
Get an A7 Mark III, you'd get awesome fucking headphones, you'd get a great sound system.
Yeah.
And Sony's software on everything is outstanding. Hell, I'd rock one of their phones.
I haven't seen any of their phones.
Ah, God, I forget what their phone is. Hold on, let me...
But Morgan found some headphones from them that she really wants, because she likes having earbuds. But so I have really small ears. You can't really see them because my hair is a little longer and I've got a hat on. But
because he has small ears.
But I have AirPod Pros in right now with one of the smallest. It's the first generation AirPod Pros, but with one of the smaller little tips on them, right? Because they're supposed to lock into your ear, or for noise cancellation, right? My ears are so small they still don't fit me. They're constant. That's why you see me touching my ears a bunch. It's because I'm trying to push my headphone back in. The AirPod 2s are supposed to have smaller pieces, which would probably benefit me, but I don't want to go get the AirPod Pros 2 because I already spent the money on these.
We'll just sell those and use that money to buy the new ones.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't even know how I got here. I lost my complete train of thought, and I don't know how I got here.
We were talking about sponsorships.
Oh yeah, but no, she found some headphones that she really likes because she likes having earbuds, and they're Sony, and she thinks that they would fit in her ear better, and because she has the Bose, I think it's the Quiet Comfort Sport earbuds.
Yeah.
They still have the wingtips, but we lost the wingtips, so she can't wingtip them to hold them in her ears.
Oh. They sell those separate, right?
Them. Yeah, but she loves them because they're that teal blue that they have, her favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
So she loves those things, but at the same time, they don't connect for video calls and stuff the best. She'll randomly lose audio for a video call, or just a voice call in general. She wants to give those Sony ones a try, and I'm like, that's fine. We'll eventually get them for you. Blah, blah, blah. But see, at the same time, I would prefer over-the-ear headphones more often than not, because I like to kind of lose myself in whatever I'm listening to. And So I'm torn between a couple of things because I like I talked to you about this the other day. I like the connectivity Apple has
Mhm.
and how easy it is to kind of switch through things. And like recently, as long as you have AirPods or Beats, you can audio share with another set of wireless earbuds
That's pretty neat.
on an iPhone. Yeah, it's Morgan and I were listening to the New Heights podcast. It's Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey, his brother, their podcast, right?
Mhm.
Well, we were listening to it the other day because she has regular AirPods. I have AirPod Pros, but we have our phone updated to be able to share it. And so I'm torn between getting like the AirPod Maxes, but they're like $550,
Jesus.
or just getting like a set of like wireless Beats or something because I still want to be able to share the audio with her. But at the same time, like those wireless Sony headphones, if they could fucking incorporate each other, but that's two combating companies that aren't going to do that type thing.
So, unpopular opinion, Beats sound awful.
They do.
They've
gotten better over the years.
They have. As soon as they dropped the Beats by Dre, it got better. But that's because Apple bought them out, obviously.
Yeah.
They got better, but they're still not great. Because they're slowly killing off Beats because they want to promote their Apple Pro Maxes or whatever more.
Yeah. They look really comfy, but I don't know that I want to pay the $550 price tag.
So I have, I've worn them. They feel the same as the SteelSeries that I'm wearing right now. I can wear them.
You've worn what?
The Air Pro Max. The
AirPod Max. Oh, the big ones.
the big ones.
I love my SteelSeries headset, so that gets me excited.
Yeah, I could sit here and wear them for hours, and I'm sure that I would forget that they're there.
And they have a 20-hour battery life, bro.
Dude.
And you can still do like literally all the functionality of like the earbuds with the big ones.
Yeah, that's.
And so I'm torn because I want them, but they're so expensive.
I personally don't see a reason to spend that much money on a pair of headphones.
No, I don't. Because if I'm going to spend $300 on a set of headphones, I'm going to go get like the Bose ones that you see all the pro NFL players wear. Because I've had those on my head and they're extremely comfortable. They sound great. Bose, it's between Bose and Sony for me on like who has the best audio.
I still think that Sony has better audio than Bose does.
Sony has better bass for sure.
Well, they've got pretty good mid-end, or a great mid-end and decent low-end. Their bass...
We're talking like, just generic consumer headphones, yeah, it's between those two. But if we were going even higher, it's like the fucking Behringer, Summer, and others,
Yeah.
Like there's other brands that are...
The brands that you have to use a standalone amplifier for.
Yeah. For those audiophiles out there.
Yeah. See, if I had that much money to just drop on a pair of headphones, I think I would rather just go and build like a Threadripper's PC.
Yeah.
And be set for life.
Enough headphone talk.
Yeah.
Okay. We could do this for hours.
Oh yeah.
Leave a comment under the video, under the stream, however you're watching this, or tweet it at us if you're listening on Spotify. What would if you could have one pair of headphones right now, what would it be and why? I think, off the top of my head, it would be the AirPod Maxes, just because they're super easy to connect with my phone. I can still share audio with my fiance. I can still get all the features that I want from it. Yeah, they're expensive, but in the end, I think they would, give me a decent return on value.
Right.
What about you? If you could have any headphones right now, what would it be?
Honestly, the wireless SteelSeries.
Like the ones I have, or the new ones?
The new ones. So they've got the better driver.
Oh yeah.
Drivers in them.
They've just been upgraded.
Yeah.
That's all. That's really all you have to say. They've
been
upgraded.
They've been upgraded. That's hashtag.
Yours are old now. Fuck off.
Hashtag SteelSeries sponsor us. I'm still wearing the SteelSeries ones that I won from stream.
Right, I see that. Now, if back to I'm sorry, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit here. We're doing sponsorship that's like strictly for equipment.
SteelSeries
SteelSeries Elgato would be like the dream duo right there, because I can get you know, the accessories that I want and need for like the various things from Elgato. But I can get my keyboard, my mouse, my headset, you know, mouse pad, fucking all like the peripherals I need from SteelSeries.
Right.
And their headsets are so fucking comfortable.
They are. I sit down and I edit for hours wearing these things, and I forget they're there.
I forget that I have them on.
Yeah.
Morgan's laughed at me because I literally ended a stream one time and walked and sat on the couch to watch TV, and my headset was still on my head.
Do they have?
Goes, "Are you still gaming?" And I was like, "What?" Because I didn't hear her.
Oh.
I was like, "Why didn't I just hear her?" And she pulled the headphone off and goes, "Are you still gaming? Your headset's still on your head." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
So, do the new ones have active noise cancellation?
I haven't read too much on them, because if I do, I'm going to either try to sell mine, give mine to Morgan, and buy the new ones. And she's tired of getting my hand-me-downs. Because, like, the AirPods she has were my old AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd only had them for a couple months before I got my new ones.
Are the
like,
Arctic Novas, the Nova Pros?
Yeah, I think it's Nova Pros.
Active noise cancellation, infinity power system. Oh, dude, that's
Shut your mouth. You're talking dirty right now.
You want me to talk extra boner killer right now? $350.
That's not bad, because I paid $3 or $320 for the ones that I have. So.
Oh, okay. What's the?
It's nothing new to me, you know.
Yeah.
I always throw money at various companies.
Well,
Dude, that's what I'm so excited about. Okay, so random thought. Okay.
Okay.
I don't make a ton of money from content. I definitely don't make enough to live off of, but I do make enough that I can upgrade things here and there, right?
Right.
Once I get back to it and I, you know, have my own space again, this job is going to allow me, because Morgan and I have an agreement. She has her stuff that she does on the side to make extra money. I have my stuff I do on the side to make extra money, right?
We know what you're doing on the side to make extra money.
Yeah, OnlyFans, duh.
Duh.
Not at all. Don't do OnlyFans.
Hashtag left on the feet.
Left on the feet. But, you know, my other avenues do pull some revenue from time to time. And I'll be able to actually conserve that revenue and use it for upgrades, versus there for a while I had to use it to help pay the bills because I was working part-time. And I'm so excited to finally be able to upgrade things on my stream that I've wanted to upgrade for a very long time. I think it was 2022, I got to upgrade my computers. I now have a dual PC setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's still like 2 or 3 other things that I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade my lighting, which I know exactly what I want to do. I just need a couple $100 for it. And by a couple hundred, I mean like 4, because I want to get the key lights.
Right.
Because I want to, they dim and they're white lights. But I think they can do like a warm light feature, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I want a better camera. Even though my camera's not bad, it's just I want it because I want to get a Sony, at least A6000. So it's something that when I'm not streaming, I can pick up off the tripod and create IRL content with as well.
Okay.
Right? And then I want to upgrade my microphone, which really doesn't need it, but still want to do it anyway.
Right.
It's just like little things like that. I'll be able to actually accomplish that throughout the year versus being like, man, I want to do this, and then 3 years later, man, I still want to do this.
So
Random tangent.
The battery on this headset is 18 to 22 hours per battery. It comes with 2, hot swappable, surround sound audio, active noise cancellation. This is like
I think mine only has 10 hours of battery per battery.
I think you've been out diddled.
But it is really nice because you could just pop the thing off, little speaker cover, change the battery, move on.
Yeah. And not lose more than 3 seconds worth of whatever you're...
Right. Okay. Let's get down to our last 2 little segments because I know you need to go.
Yeah.
Let's just list off. We made a list the other day of games we're excited for that are coming out. He's got the list. He's going to read them off. He's going to say what he wants to say about it. Then I'm going to say what I want to say about it. And then we're going to move on to the next one.
All right. So coming in first is March 17th, Star Wars Jedi Survivor's coming out. I think it looks dope.
Okay.
Kind of Obi-Wan-esque. Like, the main character's looking like Obi-Wan and taking on the kind of path that he followed. He gets a Kylo Ren saber. I think that's pretty dope. And there's a... I don't want to say too much about it. There's a fuck ton of new enemies.
Yes. So, I played Jedi Fallen Order. And the same character comes back in Jedi Survivor, Cal Kestis. Very excited to see where they take the story. I have no idea where they're going to take it because, I'll be honest with you, it's been a while since I played the first one. So I don't remember kind of where it left off. I'd have to replay it before I played the new one, which is fine with me. I had a ton of fun playing it. But I did love the lightsaber customization because you could choose the crystal, you could choose the pommel, the handle, the fucking the emitter. Like, you could choose every little thing about it.
So that's the only thing I didn't like about Fallen Order. I think
Really?
that I think that what they should have done was the choices you make in the beginning of the game kind of lead you towards the path of the crystal you're going to get, right? Because the whole point of the Kyber crystal is you finding your Kyber crystal, and it's meant for you.
Right.
Because of who, not necessarily who you are, but who the Force believes. I can't. It's hard. I haven't slept. Words are hard.
No, you're fine. I get where you're going with it, and like that would be a cool thing to do, but do that in like an open world Star Wars game like the one that we're supposedly getting in the next couple years, but it's been kind of not given any updates here lately. We're supposed to be getting an open world Star Wars game at some point, and like that would be cool if like there's like this whole like intro segment where you're like building up to getting your lightsaber, and the choices you make affect it, right?
Yeah.
But I understand why they did it the way they did because,
well, yeah,
people that play it are going to go, I'm bored of blue, give me something else.
Right.
But I did like in the preview of the new one, it pops out little Kylo Ren-esque,
the little dicklets,
little blades on the side of his saber. I thought that was really neat, and I'm excited to play it. I'm definitely going to play it.
I'm definitely going to play it. I need to finish Fallen Order.
Yes,
and then...
Very good game, though.
Yeah, it was a very good game. It's a very good game.
There's something... I'm not going to say what it is, because, one, you haven't finished Fallen Order, and it would be a spoiler. Two, I don't want to talk about it, because I would love for it to be a surprise. I wonder, though, if there's one aspect... Those of you that have played Fallen Order know what I'm talking about. If we're going to explore that shocker we got in the game in the new one. I'm gonna leave it at that. Move on.
That was very open-ended and cliffhanger-esque. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna go.
The no, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. It's one of those situations.
Now you're gonna make me neglect cleaning this and going to sleep because I need it, just so that way I can go and play this fucking game and figure out what you're talking about.
Yes. What's the next game?
The next game is April of 2022, Dead Island 2. I think it looks fucking dope. The graphics look way better than the original Dead Island. They didn't give us too much of the storyline in the trailer.
Right.
So,
the trailer was fucking funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
We watched these. We shared our screen. He shared his screen with me in Discord, and we watched the trailers for all these games together. And we were both just cracking up at this trailer.
Yeah, it was
so funny.
It was hilarious.
But so Morgan is very excited for this game. We've already got it pre-ordered for her and everything. It looks like, from what she told me, that they're bringing back the old characters or something of that nature. She's. I'm going to give you more of her inside scoop than mine because I've never really played a Dead Island game. I would consider playing it for sure. Don't know if I will. I'll probably try it on her console and then see if I like it and go from there. But she's super stoked. When she saw it, because we were at GameStop finishing paying off my God of War Ragnarok, which I still haven't opened. I'm going to go insane. But we were finishing paying that off, and he goes, well, you have $5 of your pro membership that you can use to put something else on pre-order. Do you want to do that? And I was like, fuck it. And he started reading off the list, and he literally goes, Dead. And she goes, I want it. And I was like, okay, we'll put that on pre-order for you.
Mhm.
And so we've got her Dead Island on pre-order. Because it was really between that and a few other games, but I know she's super stoked for it, so it's got to be halfway decent because she has decent, solid taste in games. But what's the next one? Oh, by the way, we're also only going through June. We're not getting into July. We're going through June, covering the first half of the year, so we can talk because we know that there's going to be other games that come out later that don't have dates that get announced for later that we'll want to talk about as well. So we're only going through June.
So I can't speak too much on this because I've only played it with you. But what are your thoughts on the new Diablo 4 coming out in June?
So, okay, I know I talk all the time that God of War is my favorite game series of all time. Diablo 2 is my second because I grew up playing the game. It's very nostalgic for me. And you know, I really heavily got into the top-down dungeon crawler, right? They have kind of revamped Diablo for Diablo 4. So not only are we going to get like Inarius and Lilith, which we've never really gotten before, the two that came together and created the Nephilim. If you know, you know. Lilith is the creator of Sanctuary, which is where normally the characters you play as function in, the world, right? Sanctuary is the world. I just saw what gesture you made a minute ago. But this game kind of, Diablo's always been this top-down kind of dungeon crawler thing. We're going to get more of an open world Diablo. We're actually going to get mounts and things like that, which I think is very cool. I'm excited to see where the story goes because in every Diablo, you always fight Diablo, right?
Right.
At this point, I don't know that there's going to be a Diablo fight because Lilith is set up as the big bad. And it's really neat because in Diablo, Diablo 2, you fight all three the prime evils. Yeah, prime evils. Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. The three brothers, they're the three big bads of hell. Mephisto is Lilith's daddy. That's Papa.
Kinky.
The daughter of hatred.
Papa.
Mephisto is the Lord of Hatred. So it's going to be really cool to see if they give more of a backstory, explore Lilith, because Lilith's always been talked about in Diablo lore, but we've never gotten to see Lilith. Really? If that makes sense. So I'm extremely excited about it. I'm extremely, extremely excited about this game. Definitely going to pre-order it. As soon as I have some money, I'm pre-ordering it because it comes out in just a few months. So
hell yeah.
I'm very, 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 very excited. Do we have any more games on the list? I don't remember if that was the last one or
not. We do, but before I get to that one, did you finish the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign?
I did not.
Oh. Did you like Ghosts?
Wait, no, Dude, I don't have Modern Warfare 2. Don't tell me anything.
Oh, right. I forgot that you only have the fucking Warzone bullshit. Never mind. Marvel Spider-Man 2.
I can't even play it.
Yeah. I think it looks dope as shit.
There's so many things.
So hold on. Hear me out. So.
Sorry, I got really excited and I was cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Spider-Man is Sony, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man is PlayStation exclusive, right? I want it to be VR compatible.
I would throw up, but I would have a great time.
Dude, I would be throwing up while slinging webs all day.
Exactly.
Dude, you wouldn't get me off of it.
And I don't know if you've seen it, but Insomniac, they take it to the extreme with the detail. When you web sling, if you go if you do I forget how you do it, but there's a way to where you can take the camera and go to where your web is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the wall, the web is actually spread out in the movies, attached to the wall. They take it to that extreme. It's not like it shoots off into fucking nowhere.
Right, it's not like the original Spectacular Spider-Man for the OG Xbox.
But I am very excited for this game, and I have a feeling you're very excited for this game.
Dude, I was excited for this game when I saw the trailer. I didn't even know it was coming out.
Did you play the first Insomniac Spider-Man?
I
Like the
did.
Marvel Spider-Man made by Insomniac?
I did.
Did you play Miles Morales?
I did not get to play Miles Morales.
You need to play that one before this one comes out because, as you can see in the trailer, they team up.
Right.
They scissor. You know?
It's going to be like a Spider-Verse scissor thing.
But so I was very excited because, as the trailer's going on, someone's talking about, I want a challenge. I want someone that can really test me, this and that. And it's a very distinct, accent and voice. And I think that it's oh fuck. Okay, I just lost it.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
No, it's gone. I need your help.
Really?
Yeah, it literally, my mind is completely blank at this very moment.
It's like a BBC. Venom? Carnage?
So, no. The other one.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Craven the Hunter.
Yes! Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. You guys witnessed that live. My brain just farted.
Wow.
So you get Craven, potentially. I'm assuming that's who's talking. And then at the very end, after Craven says, I really want someone that challenges me, blah, blah, blah. In the shadows, you hear, we will. And out pops Venom's head, and he goes, Rah. And that was that moment. I was, in the call with Lil Webb. We were watching that because he hadn't seen it. I had. And just listening to his reactions was the best.
Dude, it was dope. Almost as dope as the Wolverine game coming out.
Yeah, that one's going to be good.
That was a blue ball trailer if there ever was one.
Yeah, it goes, shing, and then it cuts off.
Yeah. Oh, shit. All right.
I'm going to finish with one final thing before we go to the outro section. One thing. It won't take long at all. 4 teams left in the NFL right now playing for everything. Right.
It's not going to be the Chiefs.
Kansas City. Huh?
I said it's not going to be the Chiefs.
You have Kansas City, Cincinnati in the AFC. Right. You got the Niners and you got the Eagles in the NFC. Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl, and who do you want to win the Super Bowl?
I think the Niners and the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, and honestly, right? Cincinnati Bengals? Tigers? Yeah. Honestly, I want the Bengals to win.
Yeah, it makes sense. You Ohio native.
But I mean, I'm not a Bengals fan. I haven't followed football since Roethlisberger left.
Fair enough. See, I'm a diehard Chiefs fan. Everyone knows that.
Oh yeah.
Everyone that knows me knows that. You guys that are watching, listening, whatever, may not. Of course, I want Kansas City to go and win. We're gonna have a huge challenge this weekend because Mahomes has a high ankle sprain, but he says he's going to be fine as long as he's 80% and our offensive line does their job and the defensive line can get to Burrow. I think we have a strong chance of winning.
They haven't done their job so far.
Cincinnati has had our number though. They're 3-0 against the Chiefs, but I think that if all things fall into place and Mahomes plays how I think Mahomes is going to play, and everybody kind of backs him up, Pacheco needs to have a big game. I think, and I firmly believe that we can pull out the W, and kind of shock the NFL because everyone expects, since Mahomes is hurt and Burrow's had Kansas City's number, they're just going to walk all over us. I don't see that happening. Our rookies are stepping up big on defense. Our defensive line has been playing better the last few games. Chris Jones is hungry to get back to the Super Bowl, so I've got a lot of faith there. So I think on the AFC side, it's going to be Kansas City. And I really just want to see Travis play his brother Jason in the Super Bowl, and Jason plays for the Eagles. But the Eagles, they're one of the most well-rounded teams in the NFL right now. Their offense, hard to predict what they're going to do because their quarterback can throw, but he can also run. Their running game is impressive. And then they have one of the best offensive lines in football. Their defense, solid. It's not easy to do anything against that defense, but they are going up against one of the best defenses in the NFL in the 49ers. And then you have Brock Purdy coming in, Mr. Irrelevant, making himself relevant. making a name for himself and controlling that offense. And that offense is stacked as well. You got Debo, you got Kittle, you got McCaffrey, you got Ayuk. That's going to be a really fun. Both games are going to be really, really fun to watch. I'm very excited to watch them. But I'm thinking Kansas City Eagles. You know, you got Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl, the 2-1 seeds going at it. I think would be a ton of fun. And, you know, battle of the brothers, like that's such a neat thing to think about. But I'm very excited and hoping for the best.
I agree, and honestly, I'm gonna have fun watching it regardless because I don't root for any of those teams. If anything, I'd root for the Packers again because I lost out on them and went to the Steelers because Webb and all them were a Steelers fan, and
right.
But I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I haven't been in zone with it. I've been more in zone with hockey for this season.
Okay. Well, I need to come spend some time with you then because I've always wanted to get into hockey. I love the jerseys. I think they're so cool.
Dude,
I would love to wear one, you know?
They're comfy.
And I know I could just buy one off the internet, but I want to make sure I get a team that I kind of feel I vibe with, you know? But at the same time, I don't really understand hockey. Like I understand what the purpose is, you know, get the puck into the net. I understand that. But at the same time, like the certain rules on you can't be here or there, like I don't, you know, never really watched it. I would love to learn hockey and be able to actually sit there and enjoy it. Because when I see it on TV, I'm like, oh man, that guy almost got his throat cut.
It's very similar to soccer, but with
more wrestling.
But yeah, but with fist fights. And that's if the gloves even come off, because now everyone's a bunch of pussies.
I've always thought that was so cool because they'll fucking line them up and you just see them drop their gloves and they just get at it.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
dang.
Dude.
I didn't know that like that's something that like the refs will tell everyone to stop. They'll fucking line them up and then they let them go at it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was great. All right.
But anyway, I think this is where we're gonna call it for the video / listening portion of the podcast. We're going to take just a few minutes because I know Lil Webb doesn't have very much time at all.
Yeah, I don't have much time at all. So I'll give
we'll do 5 minutes. We'll do like 5 minutes after.
Yeah.
The tops.
Yep.
We're going to end it right here. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's been the Left on the Web podcast. We love you guys. We plan on doing every 2 week podcast. I know Lil Webb is looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
And we've been having a great time doing it. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Back on Sunday because we tried to record it yesterday, just time constraints. We weren't able to do it, but we love you.
We love you. Deuces.
All right.
Cool.
Those of you that are listening live, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to say, you got 5 minutes because we're like I said, time constraints. He's actually probably going to be late because of us. But we miss you too, Go. I hope you know that. I've missed you a lot. I really want to create content again, and this is the only way that I've been able to is with this podcast. Every 2 weeks, we're going live on the podcast. That way, it gives us plenty of time to come up with some like talking points or things we want to just say to each other. Like if I want to say I love you, I'm going to write it down as like a thing I want to say during the podcast. But
I want to lick your booty hole. It's right there in the script.
Exactly. But like the way the podcast works is like if you come in and say something during the podcast, I'm probably not like neither one of us really is probably going to acknowledge it until the end because we're trying to keep the podcast kind of smooth. But the way we're incorporating the live feature is at the end here, we're going to stay on and talk to people for a few minutes. Normally we'd probably stay on for like 20 minutes, but with the time crunch we're on, we're only going to stay for a few. But it was great seeing you again, for sure. I missed you, man. If you guys haven't already, if you're still here, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, like the video. The more likes we get, the better. If you could share it, that'd be also insane. I watched the first one when you mentioned that. I just couldn't resist it. Hey, I understand. The Raid Shadow Legends, man. That would be pretty funny. Honestly, I could see that being one of the first sponsorships we got.
Hey, listen, I'll play with some gamer toast.
I can't wait to be back at my setup. It'll make I'll feel a lot better, and I won't be touching my ears every 3 seconds during the podcast.
I can't wait to sit down and edit for you again.
Dude, I'm so fucking...
I miss Little Webb. I do.
So, this is something we could also talk about. Like, we could just have, like, this be like a talking segment for us, you know?
It could be.
Force us to plan for a few minutes.
Force us to plan.
But, man, there's a lot of things I need to talk to you about off stream that I've got ideas for. Because I don't want them out there just yet.
Right.
But I'm excited to see where this podcast goes, man. I really am. This has been a ton of fun. Like, today I felt like was so much more fluid and...
Well, it's because we got rid of your podcast virginity, and, you know, we're a little more comfortable in front of the camera because we haven't been in front of it in so long.
Right. And don't get me wrong. I mean, we were still all over the fucking place, but it still felt good.
Oh, yeah. I still have the shitty-ass green screen in the background because I haven't cleaned my office.
Bro, please.
I'll
2 hours today and clean your fucking office.
I'm going to go get the kid and then come back and clean and hopefully fall asleep by 10 o'clock. I'm hoping that if I just stay up until 10 o'clock and pass out, I'll wake up on time tomorrow. Kind of like reset my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to sleep straight past my alarm and end up going in late. But that's all right because I have vacation time that I can take now. It feels so nice having that cushion of vacation time to be able to take because I didn't have that last year.
Yeah.
It was all gone.
I am going to stay on your ass this week, though, to get at least this episode up on Spotify.
So I will, tonight after I clean the office, I will hop on, I will render the audio, and I'll make a Spotify. I'll get the Spotify up on the link tree.
Okay.
I went balls to the walls when I fucking did it.
Can't really have his phone sitting open, and he wants to listen to the podcast.
Well,
he's probably going to listen to it on breaks and stuff.
Doesn't your dad have YouTube Red?
He doesn't have YouTube Red.
Really?
None of us have YouTube Red.
That's honestly really surprising. I thought I could have sworn your dad had YouTube Red. With YouTube Red, I just shut my phone off and I let it play in the background.
Right. But he likes using Spotify as well. So.
Right. And I mean, we could get AdSense. I don't think we need to have a certain amount of following for AdSense on Spotify.
I don't know. I know we do on YouTube.
Well, yeah. I'll look into it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any questions, so...
Me neither. We love you, Go. Hope you have a great day.
Love you, Go. Love you, J-Rock, if you're still here.
Love you. Appreciate you, buddy. I didn't get to see his message because I was full screen. I'm kind of sad about it.
J-Rock, if you're listening to this after the fact, everything's super chill and we dig it. We dig you, buddy.
I love you. I love everyone.
Alright. I love you guys.
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you.
We'll have some more life updates. Swag.
Yeah, swag. Super swag.
All right.
All right.
Go get your kiddo.
I will. Love you, man.
See you next time.
See you next time.